I have a learning disability. As well as autism, I have a learning disability called dyscalculia. It's actually called dyscalculia, but I hate pronouncing it that way. If anyone else is autistic, do they have this thing where certain words, it just cringes them out? Because I've always had that. I can't say certain words and they make me angry. I've known this for quite a while, and if you don't know what dyscalculia is, it's basically number dyslexia. And mine is pretty severe. And basically I can't do maths. So some of the main things that people struggle with when they've got dyscalculia are counting backwards. I really struggle with that. It takes a lot of brain power to count backwards. Subtraction, similar thing, but I really struggle with that. Reading analog clock. I can read analog clock, but I learned it when I was about 20. I taught myself to read digital clock and it took a while, but whenever I was in school I could never get analog clock, and so it takes me a while. I don't just look at the clock and automatically know what time it is straight away. I have to think about it, so I need more practice, but I'm glad I know it a bit now. Mental maths, I pretty much can't do that at all. Being late, which is I think a symptom I don't have. Also, a lot of people with dyscalculia struggle with knowing how long it's going to take them to do something. And I think I'm pretty good at guessing that. Normally I guess it's going to take me longer than it actually does to do something. But that's better than the other way around. So I'm actually pretty good at being on time, which I'm glad about. There's two things I'm okay at, which is time and money, because I use them every day, so I got a chance to practice them a lot. So I've always known I've had a problem with maths. Since I was a kid, I struggled with pretty much every lesson in school, mainly because of my autism. I just didn't really know how to do any of the work. And then once I moved to the autistic school and got older, I got better at pretty much everything except maths. And me and Nana had this theory that it would be because I didn't learn the foundation of maths when I was in mainstream school, because everything was too confusing for me. But I was like, well, that doesn't make sense, because I was really bad at English back then as well, and I caught up on that and pretty much every other subject. So that didn't really make sense to me that it would be because of that. And I'm pretty good at English. I done my English GCSE. I didn't get the best grade, but that's because I didn't have enough time to prepare. So because of my disability, I've experienced a lot of bad teachers. When I was in school, I don't remember, we were doing some maths task where everyone was sitting around the table, and I guess everyone had to pick an answer, and I didn't know the answer, so I was just sitting there like not saying anything, and it was going on for quite a long time. I was just like, and then the teacher started going 10, 9, 8, and I was like counting down because it was taking me so long. Okay, I guess I can't count down from 10, but so that was pretty embarrassing. So I really struggled with level 1 back in college, and I was always jealous of people because if they already did their GCSEs in school, or they were already onto the GCSE level, I was like, damn. But this teacher was like not very good, and I had a support person in that lesson as well, and it must have been a really simple question and I said I didn't know the answer to it, and the support person went, "You're pulling my leg," and I went, "I wish," and she kind of looked as if, oh wow, she's really that bad. And the teacher in this class said, "I'd be thrilled if you passed," and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. He said, "Every time you come to the lesson, you shut down like a robot," and I was just like, you have no idea what I'm going through. The week after that I didn't turn up because of his comment. I was just like, I am so done with this guy. But I did turn up the week after because I was like thinking about the support person would just turn up for no reason if I wasn't there. So that's the only reason I went back. So it was coming around to the time for the test, and he was saying to the whole class, you can take as many times as you want, but as soon as you've done the test you can go, and like don't have to come back to this class anymore. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be here until the college is shut. So I did the level 1 test, not having a clue what I was doing. I was like, yeah, this is total BS. I'm just not gonna know any of the answers. So of course I got like a really low score, and I did it a second time, and obviously I didn't pass, so I just had to redo the whole level again the next year. At the time I was thinking I would literally save as much money as I possibly could and just give money to the people doing the test, and I would just bribe them to make me pass. I was thinking I would do anything. I'm not a cheater, I hate cheating, but I was like, if I could cheat right now I'd just do anything to pass, cause I'm done with this. But the year after was a lot better because I had a much better teacher. So I did the test twice, but I did pass the second time on level 1, so I was pretty glad about that. And now, of course, once you've done one level, you've got no choice but to go on to the next. So now I'm doing level 2, and it's just way more difficult, but I'm at the point where I'm not even worried anymore. I'm just like, okay, I just can't do it, and I'm kind of more at peace with that now, rather than getting extremely anxious about it. But yeah, back in college with that teacher, I was just really dreading every day where I had to do that. I have applied for a couple of jobs, and I'm speculating that one of the reasons might be because I don't have a maths GCSE. It worries me a bit that they'll just look at my CV and know that there's no maths and just be like, bye. So yeah, that's the video. I have a pretty severe learning disability. It doesn't worry me as much as it used to because I'm just kind of over it at this point. I'm just like, oh well, I just can't do it, so I'm just like, what's the point of worrying? It took me a long time to get to this point, but yeah, I will be making some more autism videos, so stay tuned for that.